You don't know who's coming.
Yeah, you don't know who's coming. You don't know what's coming up.
What we had done in the past is we gathered all the shooters and created a cheat sheet, asked them questions about them.
I know shoot a lot, but they don't shoot on the World Cup Tour.
So, not often.
So I'm not going to see them very much, even though they're involved in the sport on a great.
Okay to go and take a chance, test your luck, and live your dreams. Now, some of the dreams will be dashed, but for a chosen few, fame and fortune will be found tonight in the Nevada. This is where the pot of gold's waiting at the South Point Hotel and Casino on the fabulous Strip here in Las Vegas. Every year, this is where they hold the world-renowned Vegas Shoot. It's one of the biggest and most prestigious archery events on the planet. And oh, by the way, this weekend, this place also served as the fourth and final stage of the Indoor World Cup Tour. That in a moment, but first, our national anthem.
Welcome to
We are
Las
all
Vegas.
set to go here at the Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, where this weekend we've also seen the fourth and final stage of the Indoor World Cup Tour, not to mention the World Cup Finals held last night. And today, the South Point plays host to the Vegas Shoot-Off. Now, wherever in this big wide world you happen to be watching, hola, ni hao, bonjour, merhaba, konnichiwa, privyet, shalom, guten tag, dzień dobry, buongiorno, good day, mates, and aloha. Welcome to our live coverage here on Archery TV. Along with George Riles, USA Coach of the Year from the great state of Georgia, I'm Carl Archie, and we welcome you to the casino, where our competitors will be shooting at a tri-spot 40-centimeter target from 20 meters away. George, I'll tell you what, this is one of the wildest events I've ever seen. Sport. It's a free-for-all out here tonight.
It is hard to follow archers. I think we have 17 in the shoot-off. And with that many archers there shooting arrows all at once, it's pretty hard to follow the action.
Now we've got a shoot-off going on right here to start the night off. This is in the Freestyle Unlimited division for championship females. And we're talking about Kaylee Johnston, who you know from Georgia.
Yeah,
Sarah
Kaylee's
Lance
from Georgia. Yeah.
We've got Erica Jones and Christy Collin, who, of course, are very familiar to those who follow the World Cup circuit. But some other great shooters. Tell us about Kaylee Johnston.
Kaylee Johnston is noted as being a 3D shooter, and she does fantastic in the USA Archery events as well. And everyone in Georgia loves Kaylee. And I'm sure they're all sitting there just watching her go right now.
Cheering her on right here in Las Vegas. So we have a whole host of archers out there. We also have out on the field right now another shoot-off going on between Jan Bang from Denmark, Robert Wolfram from Illinois, and Dugo Wenzel from Colorado. and yet another shoot-off in the Young Adult Championship Division, Freestyle Unlimited. That's going on between Kyle Douglas out of Utah and Missouri's Sebastian Cooper. So right now we've got 3 separate shoot-offs that are going on with different number of shooters in each one of those shoot-offs.
That's right. Yeah, it looks like the girls are shooting off for 3rd place at the moment. And Erica Jones is looking through her binoculars right there. I can't tell from here whether she has one close or not.
Tell you what, Erica had a great night last night. Had a great night Friday night as well. There's her teammate on the USA team, Christy Collin out of Pennsylvania. Christy's shooting here in the Freestyle Unlimited Female Championship for 3rd place. And it still goes on right now. But we were talking about Erica Jones, named the amateur, or I should say the athlete of the year in the women's compound division at the World Archery Gala on Friday night. And then last night, Erica comes out and she wins the World Cup final here in Las Vegas. So it's been a very, very profitable weekend for Erica Jones. Most weekends usually are for her.
Yes, it is. She is a fantastic archer, and I love watching her shoot. She is an unbelievable archer.
Let's talk about what we're going to see after are done tonight when we finally get to the shoot-off. Tell people a little bit about that.
So the way the shoot-off works is they'll have everyone ordered on the floor in the order of amount of X-rings that they have shot. And they will begin with a couple of practice ends so that everybody can get warmed up. They'll shoot 2 ends of normal scoring. That's scoring the 10 ring as normal. Then once that's over, they begin scoring the X-ring as the 10. And at that point, the field starts to fall away really.
As you miss, you're out.
Boom, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it really gets tight, most of these guys expect to still be standing there when the shoot-off is when the 2 ends of normal scoring is over. And then it tightens up at that point. They start aiming a little longer, really holding that aim in the target, and you never know what's going to happen.
There's a lot of pressure. We don't know as of yet how many will be in that. I like to call it the 900 Club.
That is the 900 Club. Yeah, there's even though we have 15 or 17 a year, there's so many repeat archers that keep coming back. It's still a pretty small group of people that have shot 900s in Vegas before.
And it is a select fraternity, and we'll see that coming up. But right now, as you are watching here on World Archery TV, these are the shoot-offs going on for 3rd place, the bronze medal. And again, on the field, it's Kaylee Johnston, Sarah Lance, Erica Jones, Christy Collin in the Freestyle Unlimited Championship Female Division. Well, it's actually the Freestyle Unlimited Division, and the class is Championship Female. Then in the Championship Senior class, Freestyle Unlimited, Jan Bang, Robert Wolfram, Dugo Wenzel from Denmark, Illinois, Colorado, respectively. And then in the Young Adult Championship Freestyle Unlimited Division, Kyle Douglas out of Utah and Sebastian Cooper from Missouri. So the pressure's always on out there, isn't it, George? I mean, especially when you reach this point. Huge crowd here, by the way, in Hotel and Casino.
This place is packed. Yeah, there's a lot of people in here. And this little preliminary match here to settle up the final placements for some of these divisions. And I'm sure it's letting those other guys in the 900 Club cook for a little while.
Yeah, they're simmering a little bit.
That's right. Yeah,
it's kind of like a barbecue down in Georgia.
That's correct.
We'll get them all warmed up back there. And also, and we'll talk about this as it comes up again, but we'll tell people about it now. There's also the lucky dog to consider. That's a chance for somebody to get in who hasn't shot 900 but got to 890. And they have their own little shoot-off to get in and try to qualify and find out which guy is going to be the lucky dog.
That's right. They had a huge lucky dog shoot-off. I bet there was 50 guys in that.
Really?
I was actually one of those guys. And
you wound up here. Sorry, George.
I wound up here on the microphone, but, you know, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Get to working with you. That's pretty cool. So
we're glad to have you here on Archery TV as we bring you this archery festival here in Las Vegas. One of the great events in archery during the course of the year, and it's getting bigger and it's getting better. Close to 3,000 participants this year, and prize money's up around $250,000, $300,000. It's come a long way, hasn't it?
It has come a long way. I started competing in this tournament, years ago as a young kid, and watching this tournament grow from 600-700 people to 3,000 people is just unbelievable. And even just a few years ago, it was 17, 1800, you know, and archery has just exploded over the last couple of years.
Let's talk about that a little bit, George. You're a coach, USA Coach of the Year, and congratulations on that, by the way. That's a great honor. As you see more and more young people, and I think that's what we're seeing here in Las Vegas, it's a lot of young people who are coming here now, and you're seeing females are getting into the sport, aren't you?
Absolutely. Lots of girls coming in. I see my program there in Georgia, lots of girls showing interest in it. And it's great to see. It's great to see. Usually there's a lot more men, you know, in the sport, and it's good to see a lot of girls. And in this junior championship division that they're doing the shoot-off, they have the girls and the boys mixed in together.
Which I think is neat.
Which I think is very cool, and I think it'll go a long way into raising the level of women's archery, because I'd like to see them shooting the exact same scores as the guys. And kind of stings to get beat by a girl. You know?
Although when you think about it, why not? Erica Jones is as good or better than I would think most guys out there.
She will whip you in just a second.
Christy Collins, same thing.
Absolutely. These girls are definitely super accurate shooters.
Terrific shooters. And there you see in the shoot-off for third place, Freestyle Unlimited for the ladies here at the Las Vegas Shoot 2015. That's Erica Jones on the left, Christy Collins in the middle, and then you would be a little bit more familiar with the other two young ladies.
Yeah, we've got Sarah Lance there and Kaylee there on the far side.
Lots of media covering the Las Vegas Shoot here at the South Point Hotel and Casino, which has been packed for the last 4 or 5 days. I've never seen so many people in a hotel carrying bows and arrows around in my life.
Yeah, I wonder what the people think who are here to just have a weekend.
Can you imagine?
These people wandering around with bows and arrows. I met a couple in the elevator. They were like, what is going on?
What have we stumbled into here?
I was like, just try to relax. It's okay. It's just an archery tournament. You know?
In fact, they're probably in the safest place on the planet.
Absolutely.
What an anxious moment this is. It is in any match, I think, as these archers wait for the officials.
Yeah, they are
to mark those targets, mark those arrows.
Very exact with the calling. They have a couple of judges get in there and check each arrow to make sure. It makes it take a little bit longer, and it can be frustrating for some of the shooters to wait for that because they just want to, get it to go, But they want to be exact. With this much money on the line and this much prestige, the judges want to be sure that everything is exact and there's no mistakes made.
And there is a lot of money down here. We'll see that later on in that 900 club. Whether you stay in or you go out, you're going to go home with at least $1,000 in your pocket. And you could, if you are the lucky dog is somebody else, but if you're lucky enough to win the whole thing, that's 30. What is it, 30, 40,000?
I think it's 30 or
30.
It's 30 or I think it's 30,000.
For some reason, I thought Mike Schlosser won about 40,000 last year, but
when
I could be wrong.
A lot of the manufacturers put forth contingency awards as well.
Right.
And shooters could come away with $70,000, $80,000, depending on how many sponsors that they have and what kind of arrangement that they have with their sponsors.
So there's incentive here in Las Vegas.
For sure. It can pretty much set your year.
So the targets and the arrows have been marked. The scores have been put down. Christy Collins is out. And so
Christy's taking a closer look there.
She wants
Both
to make
she
sure.
and Eric are checking that.
And it's not a game of inches. We're talking about a game of centimeters, millimeters.
Yeah, it's millimeters.
Millimeters,
that
yeah.
line is like a couple of millimeters thick, and it means everything.
We were talking about it last night during the World Cup final, and it's deceiving some of the shots that you'll see, that close-up shot that we'll give you here on World Archery TV. It makes it look as though that shot is way out when really it's really very close.
Mm-hmm. They just in there. It looks like Kaylee Johnson as well.
The thing to remember, though, and I know you're appreciating this, George Riles, just to reach this level, to reach this point, to get on this stage and to do this in front of this crowd in this setting is a huge accomplishment in and of itself.
It takes a lot of guts to come in here and shoot a full score. They drag this out over 3 full days, and you only shoot 30 arrows per day. But it's excruciating when you are like more arrows goes left to shoot, and you're in.
Well, think of the value of each of those arrows.
Yeah, absolutely. Each one that hits the paper, you're one step closer to that big payout for your year.
Erica still in. And last we saw, Christy Collins on the wayside.
Kaylee Johnson's also out.
So that would mean Sarah Lance is still in. Young lady from Wisconsin. They're in the shoot-off for third place in the championship female class, freestyle unlimited division. And the battle goes on.
Excellent music selection going on in the room right now. Can't go wrong with disco.
Tell you what, Rocky Bester, the best in the business. That's why they call him the Bester. All right, so a decision in the Young Adult Championship class, Freestyle Unlimited. Sounds like Kyle Douglas of Utah is our winner.
That's correct.
And being a myself, congratulations on Kyle Douglas.
All
of course,
right.
I grew up in Missouri, so I had kind of mixed emotions about
You got
this.
Utah and the Show Me State.
I got the
right?
Utah and the Show Me State out there, yeah, in that Young Adult Championship class.
Yeah, those kids, I sat over there all afternoon watching those kids shoot, and they are unbelievably accurate. You're looking at a group of kids that are 17 years old, and you look at their targets, and they look like the best pros out there. You wouldn't know it wasn't Rio or Dave Cousins or, one of those guys that were standing there shooting those targets.
And who knows, 5-10 years from now, they may be on the line with a Rio Wild or a Braden Galantino or Mike Schlosser.
They will be those guys. It's a constant wave and an upturning, and the guys get a little older and they move aside. The new guys come up, and they keep the sport going.
That's right.
The key is to retain as many archers as we can as we move forward.
And
so
have
we
a
can
bigger,
grow.
and have that bigger field to choose from. I mean, you look at what's going on in Korea, and obviously Korea is quite a bit ahead of the
Archery
rest of the
powerhouse. Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the national sports over there, and so they have a huge pot of athletes to choose from. But we're getting more and more kids here now who are understanding this sport, attracted to this sport, and are watching young women like Erica Jones and Sarah Lance, who are still out there, still battling.
Erica Jones looks really solid here. Curling her fingers into the release. Very still. Boom. Dead center.
Great role model.
Sarah Lance is a little low, but it looks like she caught the line there.
Grabs that release. And Erica pulls it back.
Watching how she puts her hand in the release, it's exactly the same every time. Uh-oh.
Little high and to the right.
Yep. Sarah Lance has got that one in the X. Erica Jones is a little wide. So if Sarah Lance can put this one in, that might close it up.
What a huge win that would be for her. That's a real feather in your cap.
Absolutely.
Up against a tough customer, though.
Great looking grip on Erica. Little low, just outside again.
Trying to adjust from her previous shot. Now.
I think she's got
Did
that.
she
It's
get
hard
it?
to tell from this angle.
Yeah.
It looks like
I think she got it.
It looks like she's shooting the largest shaft diameter, and that appears to be all the way inside the line. So that would tell me that she does have it.
Those big fat arrows that they shoot indoors.
Looks
now
like Erica's wide shot is a 9. It's just off of the line there.
They'll look at that very, very, very closely, carefully.
Sarah Lance looks to have 3 X's there in the target, which I believe will close that out.
Now, we just got screened a moment ago, but I think we had a brief glimpse at that arrow, and it looked to be just outside of that 10 ring. Anxious moments, to say the very least. As Johnston, Lance, Collin,
I like how the other girls are going down to support them, as they call the arrows. That's pretty cool.
Great part of this sport, the sportsmanship itself.
Right. All these people are friends. We shoot with each other every weekend, just about, from tournament to tournament to tournament. fast friends. You know, I tell the kids on my archery team, make friends with people because you're stuck with them for the rest of your life.
You're going to be traveling together. You're going to know each other.
Beautiful looking shot there.
And really, it's you, the arrow, the bow, and the target. And the best in the business, the ones who block out the person who's to either side of them and just pay attention to what they're doing, take care of their own business. And boy,
very determined.
Determined is the word I was thinking of too.
Yep.
Great look on her face.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Yep.
So close, and yet so far.
Great sportsmanship there.
Close only counts in horseshoes.
That's right. Definitely not archery.
Not archery, no. You can see they've got the light there with the magnifying glass. They're looking at it from all angles. Just to be sure. Bruce Cole looking on.
They'll make the official announcement here in just a second.
Bruce, of course, the man behind this great event.
It seems pretty sure to me that Sarah Lance has taken this, but they're going to double check that one arrow of Erica's just to be accurate in the scorekeeping.
Sarah trying to stay calm, cool, collected. But you know her heart is racing about 1,000,000 miles an hour right now as she waits for the call.
You know, you were talking about Bruce Cole earlier. The change in the Vegas shoot from when the NFAA, Bruce Cole, and the council took the shoot over is just immense. And every year it gets a little bit better, and they have done an unbelievable job.
And then by Sarah Lance, who does defeat Erica, who is, I don't know that you could argue it, the top compound female archer in the world. I know Albina Loganova is right up there along with several others that we'll see on the World Cup circuit, but Erica is out. And that's about the first thing that's gone wrong for her all weekend.
Yeah, I know it. And she won an award at the World Archery Gala. Athlete of the Year. How amazing is that?
Voted by her peers and voted by a panel of experts. Got together. Voting was done. Erica was the Female Athlete of the Year in women's compound archery. Pierre-Julien Deloche, her counterpart in men's compound, the Athlete of the Year in that category. Brady Ellison and Aida Roman Arroyo, also in recurve, were the Athletes of the Year. So our congratulations to all four of them.
Yeah, that's very cool.
But that's cool for Sarah right there.
Yeah, I'm sure she's very happy. It looks like something's still going on over there with Duggo and Robert.
So Robert Wolfram from Illinois and Duggo Wenzel from Colorado. Championship senior class, Freestyle Unlimited. And do we have a decision there? In case you're just joining us, I'm Carl Arkey. He's George Riles, USA Coach of the Year from the great state of Georgia. And you are watching the Las Vegas Shoot here on World Archery TV. Glad to have you with us. Glad to be here. Glad to be able to bring this to you. An event that gets bigger, better, more competitive each and every year. And the best tonight is yet to come.
I can't wait. It looks like the guys are putting up fresh targets. Round 3.
So the battle goes on. Yet to be decided. Part of the beauty of this festival in Las Vegas is you have from novice archers all the way to Olympic champions. Rubbing elbows, shooting next to each other, running into each other in the hallway.
You know, it says here that Duggo is from Colorado, but I just noticed he's wearing his state championship belt buckle. Fellow Georgian found his way out to Colorado.
You would notice that.
That's right. I spotted that from a distance. Duggo's having a good time out there.
Checking those arrows, always important to check those arrows, check the nocks, the fletching. A master craftsman always takes care of his tools.
Absolutely. You don't want to shoot a bad arrow accidentally in outdoors when you shoot them all together in the target face. You get in the habit of checking each one to make sure you don't shoot a bent arrow. Duggo looking pretty solid there. Good clearance on his face.
The expression tells the story.
Yep, Bang's got it in there.
Jan Bang from Denmark in the light colored shirt. Here's Duggo, who may claim Georgia as well as Colorado as his own.
That's 2. Shot looks solid for Duggo. Where'd that one go? Yep, that one's up. I can't tell which one of those he shot first, but he's got one that's wide there in the #1 bullseye.
Need to be on that X.
Jan Bang, if he hits this one, that might be it.
Long hold. Did it pay off?
Looks like he got it.
Once again,
So the long walk
the significance
to go and inspect the handiwork.
levels in each category for Vegas shoot.
Once again, you're watching a shoot-off. Our first shoot-off
Well-seasoned judges.
here on the final day of the Las Vegas shoot.
Yeah, that last shot was a half a shaft for Wenzel, so I believe that's going to do it.
Jan Bang wearing the Biter hat.
Mr.
Obviously, Werner Biter, as everybody in the sport knows, passing away in November. Great innovator in this sport. 75 years old when he passed, but what a life he lived and what a legacy he left behind.
Yeah, and the beautiful, intricate products that he's put out are just amazing.
Duggo Wenzel, United States of America, 29. Your third place winner, Jan Bang.
Jan Bang is
Congratulations.
the winner for third place.
Second place, excuse me, Jan Bang. Third place is Duggo Wenzel.
Actually, it's just been corrected. Second place goes to
Jan Bang.
Jan Bang. So a good day's work for Jan Bang, who came all the way from Denmark to Las Vegas to participate in the Vegas shoot. And it pays off as he cashes in here at the South Point Hotel and Casino. And now that all the shooting's done, everybody can kind of exhale, relax, smile a little bit. And I've got a feeling that take that target home with him.
I bet he does keep that.
Yeah, I think he'll keep that one. That's a souvenir. Oh, maybe not. He's folding it up.
Well, he's got to get it home somehow.
Yeah, I guess so. I'd find a nice cardboard tube and roll that baby up.
Pause for a photo there.
Used to call that a Kodak moment, but nobody knows what that means anymore.
Yeah,
so
Kodak is done.
Yeah.
Now it's an Instagram moment.
That's right. Selfie, Instagram, Pinterest, a Pinterest moment. That'll end up somewhere on the world web. And speaking of which, wherever you are in the world and whatever time it may be, whatever day it may be, we're glad you're watching us here on World Archery TV. As our first series of shoot-offs have been completed here in the center of the field of play in the South Point Hotel and Casino.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise. Here are your championship male freestyle unlimited shoot-off contenders beginning.
So now we have another shoot-off coming up.
Christopher Perkins
And our competitors being introduced here.
Former world record holder Chris Perkins,
who had shot a 5.99 and qualified. Held up for a little while until a guy named Mike Schlosser came along a couple of weeks ago. Shot a 600.
I was in Name. I woke up Saturday morning to the news, and my hopes were dashed on the rocks of ever being the guy to have that.
Well, maybe you can tie him.
And there's the new world record holder,
Mike Schlosser, who has come to learn to love Las Vegas. Had so much success here last year and had great success here, winning last night the World Cup final. There's Jesse Broadwater.
Vegas veteran. He's been in the shoot-off a bunch as well.
And a great field archer, right?
Yeah, Jesse is an unbelievable field archer, and he cleans courses regularly.
I like the way you put that.
Alex Wiffler used to be a recurve shooter, and only just, 6-8 months ago, he switched from recurve to compound. And here he is.
Apparently it's been a smooth transition.
Very smooth transition. The Bassmaster, Henry Bass, walking in.
Representing Elite Archery, CBE, Scott Sykes, multiple-time Vegas winner, Levi Morgan, Pennsylvania.
Levi Morgan is a 3D shooter. He is won Shooter of the Year 8 times in a row.
And I remember him from last year. He was tough here in the Vegas Shoot a year ago.
It's hard to pick which one of these guys you want to win. They're all good friends, and it's kind of hard to root for just one of them.
Put friendship aside and just look at skill. Who do you like?
Schlosser has been so hot.
He's so consistent.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore him. He's got himself together through a couple of these events here, so I Schlosser for what's happening.
He did it last year.
Yes, he did. I'm not 100% sure whether if anybody's done it 2 years in a row.
We might have to look that up and find out. Yeah, Mike Schlosser has been on fire.
Scott Starnes just come out. Logan Wild's also out.
Brother of Rio Wild.
Dan McCarthy, also another phenomenal 3D shooter.
What a field. Being introduced here in Las Vegas as we get set for the Vegas Shoot-Off.
Deshaun Thompson, one of my best friends in the world. I love seeing him out there. Guy's an awesome 3D shooter, great deer hunter, kills giant deer every year.
Patrick Larson, Denmark.
Patrick Larson, who burst on the scene about 2 years ago on the World Cup circuit, an auto mechanic who had to ask his boss for some time off to go to Antalya. He goes to stage 2 with the gold medal.
Nice. First 900 in Vegas there.
His second time to Vegas and his first Vegas shoot-off.
For someone who's never shot a 900, how does that feel? What's it like to shoot a 900?
The first arrow of your last round is unbelievably hard. Then you set the tone, get it moving, then the last end comes. And the podium always make it extra special with this is your final end, which adds a little bit extra to it.
A little bit more drama, a little bit more pressure.
Absolutely.
But that's what this is all about. Who can handle the pressure?
The lucky dog.
There he is.
Shaft. Here he comes.
So he shot an 8.99. Then he had to shoot in a shoot-off with all the other folks who shot.
Inside-out X's without touching the line to make it through the lucky dog shoot-off.
Wow. They don't make it easy here, do they?
Yeah, and Chris is an unbelievable shooter, and I'm sure he was pretty surprised to even have to worry about the lucky dog shoot-off.
But boy, is he happy to be in this one.
Yes, he is. Everybody loves that little bit of a second chance. See Mike Anderson standing there next to Kevin Tatarin. Mike is a former champion of Vegas, been in the shoot-off a bunch of times. Kevin Tatarin is also a gearhead. You was talking about one of the other guys, was auto mechanic.
That is quite the field that you're looking at right there.
All amazing. Any one of these guys could win it at any minute.
So first, we're going to give them a chance to get a little bit warmed up.
Well, that's what happens when you're the lucky dog. We can make stuff up about you. Gentlemen, this is your 2-minute start warning. Please put your targets up as well.
So they'll get their names on their targets.
The first pass of practice.
And we will have a little bit of practice coming up right here.
After everyone's back from the targets.
But a good, strong field again this year. We'll have to see if Mike Schlosser can again work his way through this.
Mike is definitely an unbelievable archer. He's a young guy, too. I think he's in his early 20s.
He is a young guy.
And typically at archery, it's usually the guys who have kind of gotten up in their 30s. Things aren't quite such a big deal. And it's easier for a guy that's a little bit older to kind of deal with the kind of pressure. So when you see a young guy like him really tear it up like he's doing lately is spectacular.
Well, he's kind of a textbook example. I think if you watch him and the way he conducts himself, handles himself at the shooting line, within himself, doesn't pay attention to much else that's going on around him, just focuses on what he has to do and stays calm and cool and collected throughout his matches. And that will stand him in good stead here tonight, I would imagine, as it did a year ago when he won this Las Vegas shoot. But you never know. I mean, so many great shooters out there.
Yeah,
it just depends on whose night it is.
Yeah, I'm saying Schlosser, but, you can't ignore Jesse Wiffler. Even he shoots amazing scores, so you just never know which one of these guys is going to do it. Chris Perkins, former world record holder, he could do it at any second. We'll see. These practice ends may kind of be the marker to see how the performances are going to be.
Once again, gentlemen.
Practice ends, typically I expect them to be pretty solid for everybody. Then when they go, this is your first scoring end, then you begin to see things open up just a little bit.
That's when reality sinks in.
That's correct.
Good look at Jesse Broadwater right there, right next to Mike Schlosser as everybody steps up to the line. Of course, these guys are accustomed to this during most of the tournaments that they'll shoot at in the qualifying round. You could have, 100 and 200 guys all lined up across the field shooting side by side, and they get used to this. This is not something they're unaccustomed to.
So let's see what happens here with their first practice ends.
And the firing has begun, but this is just practice.
As the camera, you can see a stark difference between these guys' shooting styles. Some of them are very sharp, fast shooters. Others are very smooth, flowing type archers.
Some more deliberate.
Yes, and they are all accurate in their own way, even though their form isn't exactly the same.
A highly individualized sport in many ways. Different styles, different approaches.
Almost every one of these guys have notable achievements in archery, so no one is here just out of the blue.
They didn't just stumble in off the street, huh?
There's none of these guys have snuck in for sure.
So the cream of the crop in front of our cameras here on World Archery TV.
The only somewhat new face there that I don't recognize is Lewis Holmes. I haven't been able to shoot with him before, and he's somewhat new to me. I don't know how often to shoot.
Well, they can certainly make a name for himself here at the Vegas shoot on a late Sunday afternoon in Las Vegas. Getting a little bit later start than usual, but that's because we've had so many participants here this year. As we've talked about already, George Riles and yours truly, Carl Archie. We've talked about the growth of this tournament, and as it's grown and gotten bigger, it's taken more time to get through everybody and finally get to this Vegas shoe. It's got moved back to about, it's 5:30 Las Vegas time when we finally got started. And usually we've gotten started earlier in the afternoon. Couldn't do it this year.
It's usually around 3 o'clock.
Right.
And I think it's due to the larger field that we have. It's so much bigger this year. It takes a little while to get everybody through their preliminary rounds to qualify for this level here.
Here's Levi Morgan, I believe it is.
So they're Vegas showgirls there indicating round 1.
Big Patrick Larson from Denmark. He works with Martin Damsbo, Stefan Hansen. Those three combined to be one of the more formidable teams on the World Cup circuit.
They all work very well together, and they help each other out a lot. I know Stefan Hansen credits Martin Damsbo as kind of helping him out and being his coach. I think it's really cool seeing those guys work together like that.
And Stefan Hansen, one of the young guys that we were talking about just a few moments ago, the young guns coming up, it's not just Mike Schlosser, it is also guys like Stefan Hansen who are part of that next generation.
And I'm not exactly sure of Stefan's age, but I think he's 17 or 18 years
Boy,
old.
I tell you what, it's hard to tell. I wanted to check his driver's license or birth certificate to make sure he was old enough to get in the casino. He's a terrific shooter who had a few misses last night. And when I say misses, just missing the 10.
Barely out.
Barely out, but he was up against a tough competitor in Mike Schlosser. You saw a tough competitor a moment ago, Jesse Broadwater.
Looking pretty composed there, too.
Jesse, by the way, was on my room key. Here at
really?
Oh, yeah. Here.
I ended up with Kendall Woody.
Oh, you.
I should collect.
Do you want to trade?
Oh, no, I can't trade. I only have one Kendall Woody.
I don't think I want to trade Jesse Broadwater either.
No.
But I thought that was cool. They had my room key here at the hotel and casino, and on that key that you insert into the door to open it up, Jesse Broadwater. I'm going to keep that. Collector's item.
You know, if you talk nice, Jesse might autograph that for you. Dan still standing there. Looking solid. 32 seconds. 30 seconds.
Mr. McCarthy taking the final shot.
Looks like he got that last one.
Right now, just trying to get the rhythm going, get the groove going. Feel comfortable in the surroundings with the sights, the sounds, the lighting. For your money, George, how about the lighting in here?
This is the lighting is actually pretty decent in here. I had to go to a slightly larger peep sight just to get a little more clarity on the target. But the lighting is good most of the time in the really big shooting halls, and the lights are very high up off of the floor that you do lose a little bit by the time you get down to the target. But it's doable here. Back in the day, we shot in the Sands Expo Center down underneath in the basement. It was like shooting in a cave. Riviera in spots was also pretty dark, so this South Point Casino is a excellent shooting venue, and in my opinion, probably the best one that the Vegas Shoot's been in so far.
It's been a great place to host this event. They've done an outstanding job, and archery has filled this hotel for the last 4 or 5 days.
Good slow motion view from Josh Schaff there. Excellent looking shot. That kid's a good shooter.
Strong, steady. Good follow through.
Good shot. Very Schlosser's target looks pretty tight. So again, we've got the judges going through, double checking every single target. They got 3 judges looking at each arrow to make sure that everything is exact and nothing is left for a mistake.
10, 30 points.
Mike Schlosser looking on intently. And Mike is apparently out.
No, they changed that to in at the last second.
Did they
I
change
watched
it?
as they
Okay.
go away. His target
There
was
you
pretty
go.
solid. Yeah,
Okay.
Schlosser is in.
I thought he was remarkably composed for being out.
These guys, you know, the cool thing about these guys is when they do miss, you can't tell by looking at them.
That's true.
You know, these guys are pros.
So they go down the line one by one, checking each of those targets.
Henry Bass, 10, 10, 10.
10-10-10 for Henry Bass. He stays in.
Chance Bobo, Tennessee.
Chance Bobeff getting the look over by the officials. Chance Bobeff on the right.
29.
Oh, 29.
Ouch. Chance is out.
Henry Bass in. You're either in or you're out.
Mr. Levi Morgan, 10, 10, 10, 30.
Levi Morgan moves on.
Now, Mr. Scott Starnes, Indiana.
They just caught Logan Wild's target. It looks like he has a pretty wide arrow there, too.
Cause for concern for Levi, or it's not for Levi, but for Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Starnes, 10, 10, 10, 30.
Scott Starnes is in. Scott Starnes is a steady shooter. He's always right there in the top.
He stayed in last year for quite a while, as I recall.
Yes, he did. He works really hard at it. He and his wife both shoot together, he and Dee, and they are great archery people. I always have a good time with them.
Mr. Logan Wild, 29 points.
Logan
Now,
done.
Mr. Dan-
Logan Wild out.
Yep, see Scott give Logan a little pat there, just a little consolation.
It can happen just that quickly.
Sure can, yeah.
3 arrows, if they're not all right there, you become a spectator. Quick inspection of that target.
Dan McCarthy, 29.
And Dan McCarthy will step aside.
So it appears to me, in the past, they had 2 ends of regular scoring, but they haven't done regular scoring. They immediately went to scoring the X's 10. So Logan's arrow was all the way outside the Big 10 ring line, but Dan was inside the Big 10, but did not get the X. So he'll be out with a 29.
28 points for Mr. Lewis Falls III. Now, Mr. Sean Thompson.
Another falls by the wayside.
2 fellow PSE shooters there together. It's very disappointing when you see that arrow go through the air and land where you were not looking.
29 points for Deshaun Thompson.
Well, Deshaun's out too. 29. Made a good run at it. The field cuts when they count that X as 10. The field drops away very fast.
Thinning out the herd.
That's right.
This is a dog-eat-dog battle, and they're all wearing milk-bone underwear. It is that tough. It's kind of a game of cutthroat, isn't it?
That's right.
Although not personal at all. Everybody just trying to do the best that they can right now. Stay in this battle, stay in the hunt, stay in contention. Give yourself a chance. And when it gets down to the last 2, 3, or 4, it really becomes a lot of fun.
World competitor.
Hard to hide that look at disappointment. Those who are out wishing they could move on
29 points for Kevin
and
Tatara.
stay in the hunt.
Michael Anderson of Iowa.
Mr. Thompson apparently out.
Michael Anderson, 29. And now our lucky dog, Mr. Josh Shack.
So much for the lucky dog.
Yeah, it looks like the lucky dog's got 3 wide shots there. He didn't make it.
Luck ran out.
Josh is a great shooter. He's part of the Montana gang. There's about 5 or 6 guys that come from Montana. They are just like, they kill the tournaments, you know, and you see them walk in the door and it's just like, oh, wow, they're here.
Yep.
Please give a warm round of applause to all of our competitors.
A lot of buddies up in the great state of Montana.
As we prepare for the Once again, it'll be
So we move on, and we'll see.
They are playing Hit the Road Jack in the casino right now. That stings a little.
As if it doesn't feel bad enough.
Ouch.
Hey, it's showbiz, George. It's showbiz. You get on this stage, you got to be able to handle it. You got to be a big boy.
take a moment to mention we hope this is not a regular.
So we thin out the crowd just a little bit.
So far, still have in Chris Perkins, Mike Schlosser, Jesse Broadwater, Alex Wiffler, Henry Bass, Levi Morgan, Scott Starnes are the ones who are the last ones in.
So in archery's version of musical chairs, these are the guys who are left standing right now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left.
7 left. That's half of the field dropped away.
We are ready for the next pass. We are down.
So 7 left standing. And there they get the whistle. And let's see what happens on these next 3 arrows. This is the men's freestyle unlimited shoot-off.
Schlosser has one that looks kind of wide from here. Saw a little head shake there from Schlosser.
Toughest thing to do in sports is to shake it off and focus on what's ahead, not what's in the rearview mirror.
Very solid climb into the peep there. He's a really fast shot. Ooh, that one's really tall.
Yeah. No, he's very quick. Goes back to what you were talking about, George, the different styles. Some smooth, some quick, some more deliberate. Whatever works.
Yeah, Schlosser's one of those that has a very sharp style, but it works for him. Scott Starnes got 2 solid X's. Looks like Jesse Broadwater's target from here looks pretty good. Wiffler's target looks pretty good from here. Starnes has got one wide in his top bullseye. That's going to be it for him. Wiffler still at full draw.
Scott Starnes, the big guy out of Indiana. You can see
Got
that
it.
top target. Oh,
Got it.
Did he get it?
Yep, he got that last shot. You could see the exhale of, tension there. I've seen Wiffler in a lot of, pressure situation, and he delivers often.
I would imagine if you're going to be out there in this kind of a situation, you've got to have the kind of personality where you embrace this kind of pressure, this kind of tension that goes hand in hand with this. And you've been out there, you've done this yourself.
Yeah, guys live off of the pressure.
They want it.
Yeah, they want it. Some guys are white knuckling their way through it, and it's the different personalities and how they handle that kind of pressure. All have their own coping mechanisms. Looks like they're showing one that's out wide there.
It's kind of like the guy at the game, at the end of a game of basketball, who wants the ball in their hands at the end.
That's
Do you want
correct.
that pressure to take that shot? These guys out here want it.
Jesse Broadwater is out of the shoot-off. There's one that's pretty tall there in his number 1 bullseye. Perkins has got one really wide as well.
And nobody looks real happy.
They're pretty steady, but their body language, it's pretty sure that they're done. So far, I know for sure that Wiffler's arrows are good.
Schlosser's out.
Arrows look okay, but they need a closer look.
Can't win them all, Mike.
No.
He'll win his fair share, though.
Yep, he is definitely one there. It would be cool to see a 2-time in a row kind of thing, but this wasn't his year.
We'll have to go to the sports book and figure out what the odds are on something like that.
I wonder how those guys would actually even be able to put odds on archery.
How would you handicap that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so unpredictable, and my math skills are nowhere near good enough for that.
But if there's a bet to be put down and money to be made, the guys at the sportsbook here at
figure
the
it
South
out.
Point Hotel and Casino will figure it out.
Alex
Christopher
Wiffler.
Perkins is out.
Yep, Alex Wiffner, 10-10-10. He's still in.
Question is, who else is in?
Wiffler's mom is the coolest little lady. I bet she is dying right now.
As any good parent would be.
She's somewhere in the stands at this very moment exploding.
So you see Jesse Broadwater done.
Levi Morgan's target is solid.
Big, tall, rangy shooter, Levi Morgan from the great state of Pennsylvania.
Beautiful, smooth, free-flowing style. I love watching Levi shoot arrows.
Levi's in. He moves on. Along with Alex Wiffler. And we sure hope you're enjoying our coverage here on World Archery TV. Levi congratulating Jesse Broadwater on his effort here this afternoon. So there were 7 in that round. How many will be moving on to the next round, the third round?
So far, it looks like 2.
2. Could be 2. And it could go on for a while.
It definitely could go on for a while. And a lot of times, the 2 guys, it does go on for a while. It is somewhat predictable that it takes 15 arrows in the X to win Vegas. That number has crept up from 9 to 12. Now it's 15. So we are in round 3.
Right.
Okay. So we've crossed over the 9 arrow mark.
Of course, with the kind of money we're talking about. Yeah.
Ouch.
Not exactly what you want to hear, is it?
No.
Oh, I think everybody's enjoying it here in Las Vegas. And there's Levi on the right. Henry Bass on the left. Henry from Utah. So we've got Levi.
See Levi and
Christopher
Alex
Perkins.
there congratulate each other. You know, a little pep talk, go.
So is Jesse Broadwater still in?
I did not think that Jesse Broadwater was. So maybe they got to decide who is going to be third between those 2, or 3.
So from left to right, it's Levi Morgan, Henry Bass, Alex Wiffler, Jesse Broadwater. And far right, that is, help me out, George.
On the far right is, are they on screen now?
On the left there.
That's Chris Perkins, right?
Okay,
there.
that's Chris Perkins.
Levi Morgan first shot looks a little low and off center. Jesse's dead center. Wiffler looks good. Henry Bass dead center.
Long, tall Levi Morgan. Trying to stay.
Wiffler holding long on his second arrow. Don't shoot that. Good job.
Must have heard George Riles. And I don't know how you see those targets. We've got to be 30 yards away.
I have my contact prescription cranked up so high I can see it, but I can't read my watch.
I'll tell you what, that may be the most impressive thing I've seen so far today.
Wiffler's a little bit wide. He knows it too. Levi's taking a good look with the binoculars. His target doesn't look beautiful either. He's a little high and wide on a couple.
And here is Wiffler. Bites that line.
Yep, half a shaft. He may have 2 out there. So it appears to me that the other 3 guys figure out who was going to be third. Shoot off and Alex Wiffler was going to decide who is first and second. It's the way the Vegas shoot-off goes. It's a total free-for-all of arrows, and we try to make sense out of the whole thing.
Archery's version of Survivor.
That's right.
Who stays in? Who stays out?
Who gets voted off of the island?
That's right.
Handshake between Alex and Levi. Levi Morgan has a couple out, it looks like.
Yeah.
Barely touching the Big Ten. Looks like all 3 of Levi's arrows are 9s.
Christopher Perkins.
30.
Christopher, former world champion from up north of the border. And the former record holder with that score of 599. A record that was just recently broken in Nîmes at stage 3 of the Indoor World Cup Tour.
Jesse Broadwater, 30.
Nice shooting by Jesse. There's a good look at Christopher Perkins. Not sure how happy he was with that shot.
Nice slow-mo on Alex. Ouch. They had to show that one. Didn't they show the good one? Yep, there's the face.
It's the ones that make the difference.
Championship targets, starting with that of Mr. Alex Wiffler.
Levi and Alex, they're waiting for the decision here. And frankly, from here, I don't know.
And right now, there's a few bucks on the line.
Levi has 3 out, it looked like to me. And I think Alex may have at least 1
That's in. Which could make all the difference.
Which could be it.
Alex Wiffler, 28 points.
He's got 1 in. 28 for Alex.
And Alex looks as though he's done
He's fist pumping, so I believe we may know who the champion is.
And you talked about him right from the get-go.
Kid's a shooter.
Yeah.
Levi doesn't look too happy. Awesome Levi, though.
To come this far, to get this close.
Levi 20s. He's got dozens of these left.
Ladies and gentlemen, Levi Morgan, 27, your
Here's your champion.
Alex Wiffler has won Vegas.
And I got to say, George Riles called it. You really talked about him a lot before this competition began, and you singled him out and said, there's a guy to keep an eye on. Good call. Boy,
He's
it's
so
a mixture of happiness and relief.
Yeah.
I imagine these guys didn't sleep an awful lot last night thinking about this.
Now I'm thinking about Alex's mom. She's dying right now.
And is that the mom right there?
Most of the shooters were moving forward to give Alex his congratulations, but George has indicated for them to stay back. There's Alex's mom right there. She's
Mom,
dying.
yeah.
Look at her.
There's Mom.
Mel Nichols there with her. Alex thanking the crowd. What a class archer there.
Very humble. Humble young man, Alex Wiffler.
There she is. She's so great.
She's thinking all the years I drove him down to the range.
She is always there. Every time I see her at a tournament, Alex is at a tournament, she is always there.
With great athletes, that's often the case. Let's listen into the conversation.
experiment, go back over for Rio.
No, I'm definitely saying it's not Rio.
Wrap up. Congratulations again, your 2015 Vegas winner, Alex Whippler.
Congratulations, Alex.
Ooh, what a big payday that is. And the money means a lot, but also just the prestige factor of having pulled and done this, and to have your mom here to share the moment with you.
Great photo right there. Look at that face.
Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, this is your new Vegas champion, Alex Whippler.
Alex Whippler from Illinois, all the way from the land of Lincoln. And that's a huge smile on his face. Scott Starnes with a big bear hug for Alex.
Derek Phillips from Matthews there, congratulating Alex.
And I tell you what, if you're going to win something like this, what better place to do it in Vegas? Because there's no shortage of places to go and celebrate.
That is for sure. Now we're doing the shoot-off to figure out who is second and who is third.
Saw Brady Ellison in the cowboy hat coming over to congratulate Alex.
Jesse looked pretty good on his first shot, landed dead center. Looks like Chris Perkins is a little bit low and right, but it's hard to tell from this distance. Very solid.
Perkins
also a little low. Going to take a click or two on the sight. Jesse looks pretty good on both of his arrows.
When you make that adjustment on the sight, George, what will that do for you?
It takes about 15 clicks to move an arrow from outside the 10, just barely outside the 10, to dead center of the 10. That's all dependent on your draw length and how long your sight radius is. But as a general rule of thumb, a full revolution on the knob will cross from outside the radius of the 10 range.
But it's more by feel as you're going through the match?
It is, and a lot of guys will drop a click, and use the arrow probably 5/30 seconds of an inch maybe, depending on your sight radius, which is next to nothing. But that extra little tick-tick on your sight kind of makes you feel better. Yeah, I'm going to get it up in there, and you're not really sticking your neck out there. Those most of the targets today, one click is .0015.
There's Rio Wild, the slimmed down version of Rio Wild, giving Alex a big bear hug.
There's Dee Starnes, Scott Starnes' wife.
You can tell how much Alex is admired and liked by his colleagues in this sport. They seem to be about as happy for him as he is himself.
What a great day for Alex.
Who gets a big old bear hug from Brady Ellison, Athlete of the Year in men's recurve. And honored on Friday night here in Las Vegas at the World Archery Gala. There's Sarah Lopez. I believe that's Sarah. From Columbia, the great Colombian compound archer.
Chris Perkins and Jesse Broadwater still going at it over there for third place.
Well, all this is going on over here. Talk about having to keep your focus and concentration.
Chris is wide on his first shot. Jesse dead center.
Martin Damsbo, the great sportsman from Denmark. Never tire of telling the story of Martin Damsbo and how he handed his backup bow over to Braden Gelantine in their gold medal match on Konialty Beach in Antalya about 2 years ago. Braden didn't have a backup. His bow broke. Martin didn't hesitate one moment. Reached over, got his backup bow, handed it to Braden, and they went and had the gold medal match. And Martin still won.
Yeah, that is an awesome story. And you know what? Martin Damsbo is really popular within the pro ranks. Super nice guy. I've known him for a long time, and I love seeing him there at the shoots.
Well, I offered to make a deal with Martin. He had to speak at the banquet the other night. He was looking for tips. His mom gets finally her big hug. That's her baby boy who just won the Vegas shoot. That's just pure joy. Pure joy on the face of Alex Wiffler and all concerned. But I offered to give Martin some speaking tips if he showed me pounds.
He's taught a lot of people how to shoot. You might turn up to something on that.
Well,
That has you lessons from Martin Damsbo.
I just want to be able to hit the target here, George. That's all. If he gets me that far.
I can about guarantee that.
I think
if
so.
Martin is teaching you, you will hit the target.
I will hit the target. Well, an outstanding day. It's always an outstanding event. Look forward to the Las Vegas shoot every year.
Jesse Broadwater takes third place in their shoot off.
On behalf of the National Field Archery Association.
Another shot of Alex's mom.
Thank you for joining
She's so happy.
We are about to stage the World Cup.
Be a lot of tears, but they're tears of joy being shed on Mrs. Wiffler. And just a lot of happiness here in Las Vegas. As it should be. As it should be. It's a wild event. It's a free-for-all, as George Riles has talked about. And I think if you watch this for the first time tonight, you've got a good feel for it now. But a great crowd here filing out after seeing some great head-to-head shooting between some of the best in the business here. Great venue. And a great way to end the indoor season. Outdoor season coming up. I know everybody's excited to get back outdoors, start shooting again out in the sunshine.
We have a couple more indoor shoots left. We have the USA National Indoor and the NFAA National Indoor still yet to come. Typically, as soon as the NFAA National Indoor is over, out come the little arrows. For the World Cup competitors, those guys going out there, they're probably shooting their outdoor arrows already.
By the time the Masters rolls around down in Augusta, you're probably outdoors shooting, aren't you?
Absolutely. We could shoot outdoors right now. It's beautiful down in Georgia at the moment. Derek Phillips very happy. Alex Wiffler.
And that is a target face I guarantee you he will keep for the rest of his life. 30, 40 years from now when he's got the grandkids bouncing on his knee.
Let me tell you about the time that I won the largest archery tournament in the world. Grandpa, we've heard this story 100 times already.
Maybe 500 times. Well, you're going to hear it again.
Yeah. Sit down and listen.
That's right. This is how you're going to college, kid. So now Grandpa's helping out. Well, we saw the shoot-offs earlier. Christy Collin was involved along with Erica Jones. Of course, it was Sarah Lance from Wisconsin. Was able to come away with the victory in that shoot-off. Earlier shoot-offs, Jan Beng from Denmark in the championship senior class, Freestyle Unlimited. And Kyle Douglas from Utah in the young adult championship Freestyle Unlimited division. So a lot of stars shining here in Las Vegas as the great archery festival comes to a close. Great, tremendous performances. And I think it just highlights the growth, as we've talked about already, George, the growth of this sport, and it bodes well. We'll see it indoors, we'll see it outdoors, we'll see it at all levels, I think, as this sport just continues to grow and get more popular.
Yeah, used to, it was common practice for a lot of shooters to kind of wait until the last minute to decide whether if they were going to shoot an event and get registered. Nowadays, you can't do that. When they open registration, you got to get registered right now because they fill up.
Well, it's becoming an annual event. Everybody looks forward to it. The fact that it's in Las Vegas doesn't hurt either. It's an attraction. It's a destination. A lot of folks want to come here, and it's a combine a lot of fun with some great archery and some great camaraderie as well. You can see that amongst all the archers here.
Yeah, absolutely. Vegas is such a notable event that it's been said that if you're into target archery, you're at Vegas.
So you go back home to Atlanta, Georgia now. How many kids are you coaching at this point?
I have about, in my Hornet team, which is my travel team or my elite team there in the archery shop, there's about 40 kids on that team. And I have that broken up into 3 groups. I have a white team, which is a developmental group. I have a blue team, which are champions. They win the state and the local level. Then I have the black team. Those guys are national champions. They've won world championships. They hold records. You know, that top group of about 6 or 8 black team kids that are scattered around the country, as they are very hard workers.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for them, obviously, as the year progresses. And hopefully we'll be able to play together again. It's been a lot of fun.
Let's hope so. It's been a good time for sure. Another good shot, a whiff for banging that shot. That was awesome.
Scott Starnes,
another
who's been
shot
there
of
for a
Alex
while.
right there. Very determined. That shot was a little short, but he got it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You could just see him kind of almost wiping his brow there, thinking, man, I might have gotten away with one there. But able to do just enough what he needed to do. And it's a sport, I don't know, do you ever really master it, George, completely?
You are constantly working on it. I've been shooting my entire life. I am still trying to get just that perfect shot. No one ever totally.
And to be able to replicate it and repeat it and do it time and time and time again. And there's the smile of a winner, Alex Wiffler. He'll be flying back home to Illinois, but he may not need the airplane. And the same goes for Mom. So congratulations to the entire Wiffler family on what has been a huge day in Las Vegas. Now we have the presentation of our champions, or medalists, I should say. Champions, too. This was decided on Saturday night in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is women's recurve. And of course, in women's recurve, you're talking about the Korean archers, who are so dominant and now starting to get involved more in the indoor circuit.
It did not go unnoticed that Korean archers showed up with compound bows. Matter of time. They're going to get that rolling just as well as they do the recurves, I'm pretty sure.
So they collect their checks. Saw some great matches in women's recurve. And all 3 medalists from South Korea. And the same was pretty much true on the men's side in men's recurve competition. There you see the women, Jo Seung Hyeon, Kim Min Jung, and Sim Yi Jae. Collecting their checks here in Las Vegas. Of course, they shoot for companies in Korea who sponsor them, support them, subsidize them. Huge sport in the country of Korea. Kim Chae-young winning it and getting the gold medal last night. The young man on the left. He defeated Mr. Min. And Min had defeated Oh Jun-hyuk about 2 weeks ago in Nîmes at the Stage 3 of the indoor campaign.
Kevin Wilkie, the pro staff coordinator for Hoyt, giving out a contingency check there.
Ki Dong-hyun more than happy to accept that check along with the bronze medal money. So congratulations to the 6 Korean archers who medaled in recurve competition. Now for the compound. And here is Erica Jones of the United States. being congratulated by the dignitaries here in Las Vegas at the South Point Hotel and Casino. Erica winning the gold medal and picking up the big check right there. Crystal Galvin in the middle and Lexi Keller on the left. Lexi with a nice showing here in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. Lexi's a great shooter.
And she was in a tough match last night with Dahlia Crook. Dahlia gave her a run for the money, but it was Lexi who came away with the win.
Some of the Denmark crew there up in the stands.
In fact, Lexi had to go to a shoot-off to win that $1,000 check right there and the bronze medal. But the future bright for the United States, especially in women's compound.
3 hard-working girls there.
Here's a hard-working guy, Mike Schlosser from the Netherlands. The great Dutchman. To the left is Stefan Hansen, and the far left, Pierre-Julien Deloche. They also pick up a little extra change, as does Stefan. So not a bad payday for those three. Deloche on the left, Hansen in the middle, Schlosser on the right, and Mike, Automatic Mike, Magic Mike, Perfect Mike, whatever you want to call him. He's got a lot of nicknames these days.
Yeah, if he keeps shooting like he shoots, we won't be able to pick one.
Moneybags Mike.
Moneybags Mike.
How's
Yeah,
that?
that's right.
You like
I'm
that?
going with that. Moneybags Mike.
Money Mike. He was money last night. Went out early last year, won this shoot-off, the Las Vegas shoot, but went out earlier today. But still a great weekend for him. Great weekend for all of these archers. Crystal Goff last night with Erica Jones. And Erica very consistent, very solid. Just, as we like to say in Utah, chopping wood. Just
That's
chopping
right.
away at it, doing the job, and getting her done. You see the world champions on the indoor season here in Las Vegas. Started in Marrakesh. Second stage was in Bangkok, Thailand. Third stage, Nîmes, France. And then on to Las Vegas for the fourth and final stage, followed immediately by the World Cup final here. And then today, the Vegas shoot. So pretty much a one-stop shop if you really want to watch a lot of great archery.
Yeah, this has been a very busy weekend. There's the World Cup indoor finals. There's the Vegas shoot. There's seminars going on. There's
Trade
an
show.
archery show happening. I mean, there's more archery in here than anybody can stand, pretty much.
And a lot of neat things out there, new on the market. I know a lot of the guys and gals out there looking at the latest equipment, the latest tools of the trade, and thinking about what they're going to, well, maybe use their prize money for next. So a few more presentations and checks to be handed out here in Las Vegas. Our live coverage continuing here on World Archery TV. I'm Carl Larkey along with George Riles from the great state of Georgia, USA.
They're getting the Vegas together here to give out the awards.
And we'll get that underway momentarily. Our next live coverage on World Archery TV will be from Shanghai in May at stage 1 of the outdoor campaign. Then at the end of the month of May, I should say, we'll head to Antalya, Turkey. We'll be on Konyaaltı Beach. Take pretty much the month of June off. Then July, it's the World Championships in Copenhagen, Denmark. Then in August, stage 3 in Wrocław, Poland. Stage 4 will be in September in Medellin, Colombia. And then the World Cup finals outdoors in Mexico City this year, as it's the run-up for Rio.
That's a lot of frequent flyer points there if you're going to all of those events.
That is a ton of frequent flyer miles. Better use them before you lose them.
That's right. There's another shot of
Jan Bang.
Jan Bang.
Dugo.
Chris Perkins indicating I'm still in.
Thumbs up for the moment. Yeah, there's a lot of anxious folks who are sitting here in the stands behind us waiting for the sign. And sometimes up, sometimes not. All part of the process, part of the fun, and no one had more fun than that young man, Alex Wiffler. Alex, what, in his early 20s?
I don't know exactly how old he is. He may be 20.
Right around there. Tell you what, when I was 20, I wasn't winning anything like this. Bruce Call, the man behind the Vegas Shoot, coming over offering his congratulations. I think Alex is going to be for all the handshakes and hugs. But they've got a very nice hot tub here at the South Point Hotel and Casino.
First place representing Mexico, Humberto Alvarez.
Greg Easton right there from.
But they're giving out the Junior Recurve Awards. Ryan Oliver, he's from Florida. We see him at a lot of the events there around in the Southeast.
Pierre-Julien Deloche on the left, who's gone full-time with archery now, no longer in the French Navy, devoting all his time and attention. And there is one nice check right there.
7,000. Man.
There is some money down here in Las Vegas.
Second place representing Missouri, Sebastian Cooper.
So now more of the younger archers. This is Sebastian working his way through the receiving line. Yeah, we'll see a lot more of these young guys in the years to come.
Champion of the Fairfield Division, Dwayne Martin of Virginia.
And a few more checks to be handed out.
In his junior division, looks like Dylan McGeorge is missing.
Please welcome from Korea, Cho Seung-yeon.
Jo Seung-yeon, the Korean archer, a factor on the indoor circuit this season. Graciously going through the line and accepting congratulations along with that $4,000 check.
Olympic 2012 representing Korea,
Oh Jin Yuk. Mr. O. You know, it's a really amazing, George. You think about it. Oh Jin Yuk wins the gold medal in London 2 years ago. As good as the archers are in Korea, he may not make the team for Rio.
Yeah,
It's highly possible.
I hear it's very tough.
Very, very tough. Gotta love Roger Willett Jr. These young fellas standing side by side with some of the biggest names in the sport of archery. Oh Jun-hyuk, Roger Willett Jr., a World Cup finalist in Istanbul, being congratulated by Juan Carlos Holgado. There's Roger from the Tidewater area of Virginia. Good to see Roger.
Roger shooting in the senior division this year. A good friend, love seeing him out at the archery tournaments. He's very generous with his time with the archery team too.
Roger's got his hands full with those checks. A good look at Sarah Preels. Watched her win a gold medal in mixed team competition last summer in Antalya. She teamed up with Michael Cave. But hardly least, nice round of applause as the picture is taken for Sarah Preels, who I believe is from Belgium.
Yeah, Sarah's one of Alistair Whittingham's students, and she shot a 300 today to win it. And Alistair was probably just as nervous as she was. It was really cool to see how invested he was in his archer's performance. It was great.
You mean you coaches get nervous?
Oh, yeah, man. When they're up there shooting arrows, we're just as nervous as they are.
You've got a lot invested, too. There's the $30,000 payoff for Alex Wiffler. See all those lessons and arrows that Mom bought?
Mom better collect on the loan. What do you think?
A little bit of payback right now. $30,000. And then the other $20,000, is that for Matthews?
I can't tell from here.
I think it is. So yeah, you were talking about this. This is a big opportunity for a big payday, big chance to cash in.
You have the right mix of sponsors with the generous payouts that they do with the contingency money for these big events. It's you could come away with quite a bit of money.
So at the very least, I think Alex is holding checks worth more than $50 right now. Schlosser, who won it last year, standing next to Wiffler, who won it this year. There's Sarah Lance, who won a shoot-off against Erica Jones earlier today. The weekend she'll long remember as well. You definitely served here. And again, her sponsor check filled into the last minute with her name. But that will definitely cash, no question about that. So congratulations to all. So terrific weekend here in Las Vegas at the Vegas Shoot at the South Point Hotel and Casino here in Sin City. We congratulate all who medaled and all who came and competed, and we'll look forward to seeing what happens as the indoor season finishes up. As George Riles mentioned, a few more tournaments still left to go.
Yep, there's still a couple left to go. National Indoor and NFAA National Indoor still left to go.
All right, so a few more indoor tournaments left to go, and then we'll head back outdoors for the World Cup season, which will begin, as we said, in May in China, in Shanghai, on the banks of the Huangpu River. One last look at Alex Wiffler, who won it all
Great shooter. I love seeing him win.
I think he enjoyed it too, as did his mother. And the rest of us watching here on World Archery TV. Martin Damsbo, one of the great sportsmen in the world. The Great Dane. With a congratulations for Alex Wiffler, who was the man of the hour, the man of the day, man of the weekend. And we'll go down in the history books, but nothing better than a big old hug from Mom, who is so proud of what her son has accomplished here today at the Vegas shoot. Taking home the cash, but more importantly, taking home the memories, George.
That's right. Years from now, and I expect we'll see Alex quite a bit in years to come as well.
Well, I'm going to look for some of your kids as well.
I hope so. I'm working hard with them, and they're working hard with me. We'll see if we can get some of them standing up here one of these years.
Outstanding. We hope that happens, and we'll look forward to that. Well, that's going to do it from here at the South Point Hotel and Casino in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. On behalf of my partner, George Riles, the USA Coach of the Year from the Peachtree state of Georgia. Great state of Georgia. Got to come down there and visit you. It'll be beautiful. It would be great. So on behalf of George Riles, I'm Carl Archie for our entire crew from Hit the Roof Productions and, of course, the World Archery Federation. We say thanks for your time this time. Till next time, so long from Las Vegas in the Indoor World Cup Final as well as the Las Vegas Shoot. So long, everybody.